is pretty good, and I'm actually excited to go see Justice League. And maybe Aquaman.
Well, I said that on June 9th of 2017 after watching Wonder Woman. Well, Justice League finally came out. And I knew some people were wanting to listen to my... Probably not even want to listen to my rants and my criticism and my harsh, scaling review on the movie Justice League. Well, here it is. Justice League is okay. Alright, good night. Okay, you probably want to know, yeah, it was okay. I didn't think it was fantastic. I didn't think it was terrible. It was just a middle ground, okay movie. And really, that's, hate to say it, what I expected. And I guess it's just because I've been so disappointed with the other DCEU movies and just that I just expected nothing good was going to come from it. There are some nuggets of good, but whatever's good ultimately fails in comparison with something else in the scene. Something good will happen, but something bad will immediately follow, or something bad will happen, but a good will follow it. So it's just a mixed ground movie, and it's just, in general, just kind of a, I don't know. It's just a, it's not a fantastic movie, but it's not a terrible one either. I felt like I spent my $10 well. I watched it in 3D and was somewhat impressed with the 3D. Somewhat, not all the way, but hey, it was there. I kind of enjoyed it, but nonetheless, it was just a middle ground movie. I hope not to get this to be very long. Let me just say what I liked about the movie. Number one, characters. At this point, we've already tangled with the likes of Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. We've already dealt with these characters enough. And any more additions to those characters would have just been, I don't know, a little bit more information than we need. Luckily, the movie does well on that. We've already had a Wonder Woman movie just recently, so most of this, the beginning actually kind of has some Wonder Woman scenes, and there's some good scenes with Wonder Woman. Batman has a lot of good stuff too. So Batman and Wonder Woman already, beginning of this movie, have really good scenes, and you don't need to be like, who the hell are these assholes? Because, well, we've already been talked to. And yes, Superman does come back, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So here comes the new characters. Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash. Aquaman was a little less than I expected, all things considered, but overall, I kind of enjoyed him because, well, it's a little personal thing. Jason Momoa is one of my guy crushes, which I thought this film was kind of funny about this movie, is that not only did it have my guy crush, but it also had one of my newer girl crushes, Gal Gadot. I've been corrected on how you pronounce her name sometimes, but whatever one for Gal or Goal, like a seagull. So there's that now, and I enjoyed those two. They had some scenes together fighting people. I loved those scenes. There's also a scene on there's a very funny scene with Aquaman, which, speaking of funny, I'll get to that in a minute. Cyborg was actually probably my favorite character, because he has this conflict. He didn't want to be this. He wanted to just die. I can relate. I'm kidding. But no, overall, he's kind of this tragic character, and I enjoyed whatever there was of it. And then you go back to some other characters that were okay and all that. I'll talk about the Flash in a minute. I'll just talk about the Flash in 1 minute. Number 2. I laughed. This movie had fucking humor. It wasn't dead. There was some light. There was some jokes. Oh my god, that's all I've ever wanted, was them to make jokes. It's so fantastic when like Superman makes a joke, and then Wonder Woman makes a joke, and then the Aquaman makes a joke, and then like, oh my god, it fucking was good to have jokes. Oh my god, yes, that's all I really wanted, because you can never, how the fuck can you take a guy in a bat suit serious this whole time without a fucking joke? And those jokes that were any other ones, they don't exist. I don't think there was ever a single joke in Batman vs. Superman. Justice League, I was laughing. There were some good ass jokes. I was so fucking happy. Oh, you do not know how happy I was to finally hear a joke or see a joke happen. It was amazing. So let's get to the bad. So the bad was that the story it wasn't that great. But yeah, the story, well, I wouldn't really say it was a bad story. It was just, you know, it did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to be like, all right, here's the threaten. This was the planet threatening problem that we need to get fucking fixed quick. And then they go to all these people and they find out they can't do it by themselves. So together, they will defeat the monster. Except they don't. They need Superman. Wait, what? That's what's so funny about this is like they figured out that the whole reason all this stuff is happening is because Superman's dead, and for some reason that just triggers to anything out in the universe that something bad's happening and nothing is happening. That, you know, something died that was protecting them for like, well, I want to say 20, 30 years, and now they're like, boy, let's go. That's what's so weird to me, is that did they not try to do this while Superman was dead, not even exist? I can't even say words. Did they not try this before, you know, Kal-El even was born? Did they just not even bother with that? I know in the movie they said they tried once and they just fucked up badly. That scene was actually cool whenever they explained like the hit past. And I'm being positive during a negative. I gotta say this. This is kind of a spoiler, but then again, I'm putting spoilers in this thing, the title. It was really cool to see, like, in the beginning when they fought this, you know, the villain, Steppenwolf, I can't figure it out. It's probably Steppenwolf. Whenever they fought Steppenwolf the first time, not only was it all of Atlantis and all of Themyscira fighting, the Atlanteans and the Amazonians, but they also had help from all these... oh shit, I hit the pop filter. They also had help with every tribe of man at that time, but they also had help from others. And I was sitting there, like, who is that? And first off, it was the gods, like legitimately Zeus and fucking Ares? Ares? Didn't Ares try to kill everybody? But then it's just really funny. And then I was sitting there, like, what else? And then they said helpers from other planets. And I was like, what do you mean by that? The fucking Green Lanterns. The Green Lanterns, I know they're getting their own movie soon. They got the Green Lantern Corps coming out soon. But seeing the Green Lanterns in these fucking movies was fucking great. I know I've been saying fucking a lot, but I was just so happy to see the Green Lanterns, although they were there for 5 seconds. Yeah, but nonetheless, I was so happy to see Green Lanterns because it just showed how they're fucking, like, they tried to be serious, but you can't be serious, really, with an alien and a guy who dresses up as a bat. You really cannot be that serious. And then a guy who talks to fish and controls water. I mean, I know there's specifics, but just like when you just get down to the essentials, they tried really hard with this universe. I'm glad that they finally sat there like, this is fucking stupid. Let's just make movies. I'm so glad. Okay, back to negatives, I guess. Really, any character that wasn't the few I said earlier. I won't say this is the worst character, but or even really a terrible character, but it kind of felt weird seeing J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon. That I've always known him as, you know, J. Jonah Jameson and all this, and I was expecting something out of this because if you like watch the fucking like all the videos about it, he was like getting buff as shit for this movie for no reason. He does, I think, only one scene. he's only in one scene. And I kind of got mad, but oh well. But it just kind of felt weird that and after a while, I just completely forgot J.K. Simmons was ever in the movie. I almost just legitimately was like, wait, J.K. Simmons was in this? So it's just kind of sad that like a talent like J.K. Simmons is not that important. And then like the villain, Steppenwolf, like he is obviously trying to be this like big bad destructor of worlds kind of thing, like a Thanos, but not a Thanos. Like if you divided a Thanos in thirds and you got a third of a Thanos, that's a weird analogy. But anyway, it's just they tried really hard, and they try to make him really badass, but he's not. And once again, I won't say he's terrible. He's just not a really good character, all things considered. But whatever, I guess that's fine. That's fine. I guess that's fine. You know, you just don't want your main villain, to be super cool, right? Right? So then there's Amy Adams as Lois Lane, and I've never had a problem with her before. I never thought she was that bad of a character in Batman vs. Superman. I've never watched Man of Steel. I probably need to sit down one day and watch that. Some friends tell me it sucks, but whatever. My family liked it. But anyway, mate, but this was the first time I just kind of, I don't know. It wasn't bad. I guess I should have just made like this. I shouldn't have said this was bad. I should have said all these were indifference or like, you know, the okay side of things, because really, like I said, it's not a really terrible thing that they're doing here. But all along, but back to what I was saying about Lois Lane, it's just like the first time I really couldn't give a fuck about Lois Lane. And like I liked Amy Adams in the other one. I always think Amy Adams is really cool as a character and all that, but I mean as an actress. But this time I just sat there like, okay. Granted, I think it's because she's not in a lot of scenes, and it makes sense. She's not in a lot of scenes. Superman's not in a lot of scenes. So, whatever. I don't know. Okay. So, I said I'd talk about The Flash later. I will have to say, that's the only fucking thing only character I could not fucking stand. Jesus R. Christ. So, I hate how, and I had to ask a friend who knew about the Justice League comics, the comics, DC Comics in general. Is the Flash supposed to be annoying and shit like this movie? And he said, no, they're just playing it up by 3. And I sat there like, thank God, because this character is terrible. And that was just the first trailers. I could not stand him then. Imagine watching a whole movie where he's one of the main fucking characters. I did not like this guy in the slightest. I just could not stand it. I could not... I thought any kind of joke he was trying to do felt forced and just annoying. And I just was sitting there, and I think there's only 2 scenes in the whole movie where he makes any kind of joke that I sat there and at least chuckled. I think one of them is when he's like trying to fist bump Cyborg. I kind of laughed at that. Not a lot, though. Not a lot. But, yeah. But there was one more scene. I cannot think of it to save my life right now. What other scene that I thought he was tolerable, or at least funny? I can't think of it, because literally I think every time they made a scene for him, it was to be, they wrote on a piece of paper saying, just be annoying. Now, I've been told by family and friends that the point of it is that this is a new Flash, and he's young, and he's never done this kind of shit before, and all that, and this and that. Does that make me care? That doesn't make me, like, think, oh, never mind, sorry. I just can't, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. That's not how this works. I just would not, I do not care if the Flash is new. Cyborg is new. I liked him. it's I just did not like The Flash. I fucking hated The Flash. And I'm not gonna go watch that movie whenever it comes out. Whenever the Flash movie finally comes out, I am not watching it because it looks. I do not like the Flash. I just. I was gonna talk about Superman, and it's not a negative. In fact, it's a positive. I don't know why I skipped it. Superman made this movie interesting to me. The first half of it was a rocky thing, because there were some good, but there was a lot of bad in the beginning of this movie. But as soon as they resurrect Superman, the film got interesting to me, and I do not care. My friends told me that was probably one of the worst kind of things. There's no reason for it. But I liked it. I genuinely liked it. What it is they just sit there and they're like, well, we can't beat the bad guy, so let's bring back Superman. Okay. So they bring him back, and he immediately is confused and gets angry. And he tries. It's a real fun scene, and I know like it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a really fun scene of like watching Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg, and Flash trying to tackle down Superman. You know, the strongest fucking being on planet in the universe, one of the strongest beings ever. And my favorite one is there's a moment where like Aquaman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman are trying to pin him down for a minute, and the Flash thinks, oh, I'll just be really fast and sneak up behind him, until Superman shows that he could see him in this going fast, and they fight while they're like running around and being super fast. I thought that was actually pretty damn cool to watch. And then out of nowhere, Superman comes across Batman, and he repeats the lines back to Batman that was in, the Batman vs. Superman. Do you bleed? And I was like, oh shit, that's something Superman normally wouldn't say, but oh shit. And then it gets ruined by Amy Adams. I'm kidding. But after that, the movie gets really fun to me, and Superman's finally part of it. And let me just say this, it's really weird for me to say Superman makes something interesting, because I've never liked Superman. Superman is the most fucking OP character that has ever existed. And he's so uninteresting. He literally can do anything. He can jump so high. He can basically jump to the fact that he can fly. He's super fast. He has heat vision, ice breath, all this fucking shit. And I do not like it. It's such a boring ass character. It's like, let's put everything everybody wants into that character. Boring. There's a lot of those people I see a lot who wear Superman shirts, and they're like, yeah, Superman. It's like, oh, fuck you. And that's the thing with me. I can understand. It's just gotten to the point where I think if you really, really, really like Superman and Batman, you're just really boring or fake comic book fans. But then at the same time, at Marvel, that's the same thing with like people like Spider-Man and Captain America and fucking Punisher and Deadpool. I honestly believe at that point that there's a lot of fake comic book fans who's like, I wore a shirt once that had these characters. I'm pretty positive I know what these. I watched Deadpool with my 3-year-old. Hey, it was fine. I don't know what I was getting at, but anyway, Superman is such a boring character that whenever a fucking movie like Justice League comes around and makes Superman fucking interesting, it's really weird and jarring, and I enjoyed any time with Superman. And I really did. I don't know why. I just did. So, I didn't say a lot of plot detail because it was not that interesting. And let me just say this. Other than the fact that Superman gets brought back to life, I have to say, this is one of the most spoiler-less movies you could ever watch. You could sit there, look at the poster, and just think up how this movie's going to go, who's going to die, and you would be probably right. Except for the fact that nobody dies. Not even the villain, really. The villain technically does not die in this movie. And you know what? It's the reverse of death. Somebody gets brought back to life. And technically, if you look at the poster, you'll see like Superman symbols, and you'll get the hint that Superman's involved, to the point that you're just like, Superman's gonna be in this. And it's just really weird that you just go into this movie, nobody really dies of importance. It's just a fucking movie of just life, I guess. I guess they just sat there's like, we've killed too many people in this universe. Let's just not kill anybody. Let's bring back somebody, why don't we? But it's just, overall, it's kind of weird to me that this movie, trying to be serious as shit, did not kill as many people as you'd think it should have. In fact, it brought back somebody to life. It's just a spoiler, like it's if you go to the outside and you just straight up say, this, this movie had this and this, I don't think anybody, you'll get people who act mad, but deep down, they're just like, yeah, I kind of predicted this. That's it. And even like the stuff like the Green Lantern Corps, that's not even a spoiler. That might be a spoiler, but it's for 5 seconds. It's not like a matter. You got to be vague about it to make it like really shocking. You could just say what the Green Lanterns were in there for 5 seconds. People be like, oh, okay, cool. That's it. You might get somebody like, oh, spoilers, and they're like, I don't care. But you cannot honestly sit there and just make up any kind. You can make up a thing. You could literally make up. I challenge you, if you want to make up some shit when you leave this movie, perfectly fine. I don't think anybody would give a fuck about it. I think people would be more mad about something you made up. You could literally go out and say, oh damn, didn't it suck Commissioner Gordon died? And people would get mad to go watch in there and get mad that the fact he doesn't die. So, overall, that's what I thought about Justice League. I watched that last week and I've been holding on to these thoughts for a whole week now. And yeah, like I said, it's an okay movie. It's not bad and it's not great. It's in the middle ground, and that's kind of what I expected. I wanted more though, but I'm glad it wasn't fucking shit. So, I guess the question to me is now, am I still interested to go see Aquaman or any other DCEU films? Well, I probably want to go watch Aquaman still. I think I looked at the cast list about that the other day, saw Willem Dafoe's in it, and I sat there like, yes please. Black Manta's in it, the character, and I was like, oh shit, that'd be cool. So yeah, I'm kind of still interested to go see Aquaman, and maybe that's it. I don't know about Cyborg. I guess I need to read up on Cyborg. As much as I was talking great praise to Cyborg, I don't think I would give a shit about going to watch his movie. If there's a I've heard word that there might be a Wonder Woman 2, and I'd be okay with that. There's a movie about the Batman, and I'm definitely down for that one. It's kind of sad that I'm hearing Ben Affleck might hang up the cape, and that's kind of actually sad. I actually liked Ben Affleck as Batman. It was actually a nice take, and I thought he was a good role. I guess it kind of makes sense that they made him like, oh, he's 40 years old, and he's like done this for 20 years. I guess that's fine. But here there's a Wonder Woman 2. I'll definitely go see Wonder Woman 2. No to Flash. Heard about the Green Lantern Corps movie, and I want to go see it. But if there's a Justice League 2, I might go see it. I'll probably go see it. Worst case scenario, I just watch all these on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. Because from here on out, DCEU is kind of at a stagnant point. And you know what? That's better than shit.